Hello everyone, I'm Timoteo.
And I'm George.
And
we are Vintage Doll Hunters.
On this channel, we'll be discussing and reviewing what we found on our latest vintage doll hunt, sharing with you our opinions and our knowledge.
We provide you, the audience, quality information based on our 15 years of professional collecting experience, either from the homes of others or from our own collection.
So join us as we reveal what we found today.
Let's get started.
Yay! Welcome back, George.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Today we have a very special elongated doll for you to look at. This doll came out in 1972, wow. And it is a Hasbro toy. Oh. So I guess let's bring it right out.
Yes, very vintage.
The little fun doll today is going to be Jill from Leggy's. Yes,
yeah, the Leggy doll.
Yeah, the Leggy doll. The Leggy doll was out just for about 1 year. She wasn't very popular here in the U.S., but she did, I think, strike a nice little pose for what she had. She had very elongated legs. Those were, I guess, her, what is that called? Her shtick, or her thing that they were trying to promote out there. She is 10 inches high. 7 of those inches, as you can see, are legs.
Mostly legs, yeah.
And her beautiful blonde hair goes all the way down past her buttocks. And she has some really beautiful blue eyes. I thought the eyes looked more kind of like a fairy little doll,
yeah.
Especially with the big, almost like bug eyes. So that's why I thought maybe she looked very fairy-ish. Because she looks like that big old eyes that she carries on with her. And she came with this beautiful stockings, and then you'll see that comes a lot with these little dolls. The stockings, and she has the blue shorts, and she has a nice little crop top green blouse that has really nice puffy sleeves. And she also came with her shoes.
And this is an open one. You do have a box.
This is the, oh yes I do. I'm sorry, I should have brought that one out. So this is the actual box that she came. There was a sticky in here?
No? Yeah, there you go.
This is the little box that she would come in. But unfortunately, this is the one
from... not unfortunate.
Yeah. This one's the one from Italy. It's the Palestile,
yeah, we're not sure how to pronounce that. But this is the packaging for the Italian one, yeah. Right here. And this one, the difference that we were saying is this one just says Leggy in the front, and she doesn't necessarily have a name like the American ones all had names.
Yeah.
Aside from just Leggy, it was like, what were their names again? Could you tell me? Leggy Jill, Leggy Nan, Leggy Kate, and Leggy Sue.
Yeah.
And these ones were just Leggies. You could tell, but she is very beautiful. This Italian one right here, you could see her brown hair updo with beautiful curls and a side bangs. She has this green ensemble as 2-piece, so you got like the bra with the horizontal white and green stripes, this sort of like little spaghetti like neck ring keyhole. No, is it keyhole? I don't know, I forget the name of it. And then these flared out like fun pants with this kind of same material as the bra at the bottom, and a chartreuse lime green pant color. And then the shoes, of course, what are they like? What color is that? Like a mango yellow, I would say. And then the illustration in the front's really cool too. It depicts Leggy, of course. She's wearing another outfit, but very similar to the one that she's packaged with. And in the back, this is where they come. You can see with different. You can buy different outfits, right? But
Correct.
Then you were saying that you've also seen them. Like you've seen this outfit, which is this one right here, right? The pink one.
Well, the assorted outfits they do sell separately as well. But when I was looking at some of the references, that they were showing a lot of these Leggies dressed in the package outfit. So it's almost like they added some, and with different outfits, but you could still purchase the assorted outfits on their own.
But some of them came dressed differently, correct?
That's what I was saying. Yeah, that some of the outfits were already on the dolls, but you could also still buy like the stocked outfits. They call them, I guess, stocked outfits that they would just put on these dolls. Like the ones you see in the picture were always like on these dolls, but see how this one already is dressed different than the picture.
Yeah.
So it looks like they may have went back and forth.
And you can see all the outfits that this Italian version has right here. The Leggy, just Leggy, and they label her like LG1, LG2 for Leggy, LG3, so on forth up to 15 to show you different outfits. And there's some, I guess there's numbers 5 through 9 missing in this catalog in the back of the box, but it's still very neat to see these mod creations. They're very vibrant, very colorful, very of the time.
Yeah, and there's some outfits on the back of the box that they really don't show, but they show them on dolls that are packed already. So there's like a lot of different little outfits.
Nice.
Like this lemon yellow, almost like pajama outfit looking that I've seen already dressed in the doll. And I believe these Italian dolls, that I think the name was Liza. Leggy Liza, they just called her.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if it's just the one doll or they just referenced them all, like just Leggy Liza on them. But I think, like I said, but the one that we're looking at right now is Leggy Nan.
Gotcha.
She's the brunette one with the brown hair.
Yes, technically, she's Leggy and Nan, sorry.
Yeah, Leggy Nan. And she has, like I said, the brunette hair, and she also has brown eyes. So a lot of these dolls, all these dolls have mixed colored eyes.
That's a very country name too, because the reason why I said Anne is because like there's names like here in America where you say like Sue Ann, Peggy Ann,
Mary Ann,
and then Leggy Ann.
Yeah.
So it's very country, but it's really the trademark on this box is 1973. Which is really interesting, of course, which is after it came out in 1972, which usually kind of like how it goes.
Well, I think this one's the Italian one. Yeah. So once the 1972-73 for the United States was kind of over and they kind of discontinued these dolls, they licensed it out to Pound. They came out a year later.
And then it says its contents were made in Hong Kong. And it says made a stand made in Italy, printed and packaged in Italy, U.S., Great Britain. So Germany, France, Italy, patent, other patents pending. So there's of course a lot of logistics. So going on at the point in release of this Italian one, even in 1973, but
and these dolls, they do have the markings on the buttocks of Hong Kong on them. 1972.
Nice.
So I believe all the body types are about the same.
Nice. Yeah, it's just a very unique doll, of course, especially for the time. There was no dolls that really had. I mean, I guess Tiffany Taylor had really long legs, but this it was proportionate to her size and her human-like proportions. This is like just very
and her torso is like really small, almost similar to like the Bratz dolls.
Yeah, to emphasize the long legs. Because even Bratz kind of have long legs. Like even turning behind you, I can see the anniversary Jade, and that one looks like she has long legs because of her tall shoes. Yeah. But this one actually just has long legs, and she has flats, and she's still very tall. Yeah. Leggy Nan. No, sorry, Leggy Nan and Leggy Jill. There you go, Jill. Leggy Jill. Okay. There you
go. All right, let's bring out some of her friends. Let me move this girl right.
It's a lot of leggies. You should have just said Jill, Nan, Kate. Would have been a little easier for me, but it's okay. I'm learning.
So here goes Nan out of her box, and this is the American Nan. She looks very similar to me, especially with the Italian one. The only one that I believe is just a little different is the one that was made in Japan. That the company I believe is Shiba. And their face molds were just a lot different. They had a little bit more lip, a little bit more nose, and their eyes had a little star in their pupil. But not only that, they had more of a realistic eye look.
They weren't as
they weren't as like bubbly, round, big, like fairy-like or bug type-like that I like to call little bug-eyed dolls. But that was the difference with the Japanese version of them. And another thing is, I don't believe they even had names. They just called them leggies.
You know what's funny about these dolls is like even like how you talk about like they're from the 70s and everything. Like I don't hear much about these dolls. Like
well, they were only out for a year.
Yeah, but still, I mean, we cover a lot of dolls that are only out periodically. But you started buying these because you just like them.
Yeah, I just like the little unique look about them.
Yeah, that was really fun. So it's really nice how it could come full circle and show your collection that you have.
I picked up this poor little sad girl. She has a little bit dirty hair. I just haven't had a chance to clean her up and her outfit. But she's the first one that I bought without shoes, and then after I started purchasing them, I just started collecting them, and I found this one really good priced with the whole outfit and ensemble, and even still with the hair face tag on it, the little blonde strap that they got. So this is the one I used for reference. I can pull her pants down because they're already loosened up, only because I didn't want to pull her pants down because with these older dolls, the
Elasticity.
elastic just breaks and gets brittle, and then they get loose, and it's hard to keep that back up.
Yeah, she looks like she spent a day on the farm. She looks all dirty.
And she has missing hair plugs, this one. But yeah, I need to spend some time. And look at her toe. Her toe is even missing a little bit of a.
Is she thumbless?
Child got hungry.
She's thumbless Tootie's cousin.
Yeah.
Toeless Leggy.
And with this doll too, I just want to put it over there. With these dolls, they really don't have too much of an articulation. The only articulation is just the joints on her shoulders. Her legs, go back and forth. There goes that jointed part, and then her head just goes side to side. It doesn't go up, doesn't go down, so it just goes side to side. So it's kind of hard to pose these dolls in too many different poses, other than these just little fun awkward poses, the splits maybe, and but they really don't have too much of an articulation to do too much. I mean, she can barely even reach the floor. This poor girl.
This doll is very it's very fashionable to me, in a sense where like she has very long legs, which is very unreal. And it's really interesting for like modeling clothing and stuff, for like just a aesthetic point of view. But other than that, like as it's kind of like weird gearing as a children's toy. It would have been more smart as advertising as a fashion doll. I would have thought, like some of the outfits in the back of Leggy's box over there. But this like more like a pedestrian sort of outfits don't make too much sense to me, just because she seems like she could be more fashionable and much more fashion forward kind of doll more than anything, because of the long legs. But I can tell it's a fun, zany little gimmick shtick.
Yeah, so, let's go ahead and bring out Kate. She's the other little fun doll of her friends.
The redhead with green eyes.
Yeah, the redhead with the green. You're right. Look at that.
Wow, look at that hair. That is beyond red. That is just like orange.
Carrot top right there.
Yeah, that looks like a pumpkin getting ready for Halloween carving. Yeah, she's super gorgeous. I love this looks like resort wear almost. Yeah. Like it's following the same pattern of the Nan, where she has this sort of two-piece, but it's very summery, and the same thing with this character.
Very Caribbean.
Yeah, and I love the fabric. Looks like that fabric from the reproduction Francie. Did you notice?
Oh wow!
Did you notice
like
that pattern?
Flow, like that flowy one that I have. Yeah, it's like a flow. It's called something called float.
But that's what it looks like from her little dress. They used that similar color pattern.
Well, remember these came out in the '70s, so the mod era was really big back then.
Yeah.
So that was like the whole era of this doll was the '70s.
And her feet do have. I'm noticing like they do have an incline, because her shoes look like flats, but they're like in between a Barbie, I would say, arch and a like flat foot. It's in between.
Chunky heel.
Yeah, it's definitely in between. Her foot's not as arched.
It's like they don't bend, but they do have like a little bent already molded into the leg almost. You see that? Mm-hmm. There's like a little bend there.
Yeah, on her knee. Yeah.
Well, just on one leg.
Does it bend?
Just on the one leg.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like a pose. That's what I'm saying. It's very fashionable, these little dolls, because also they're very skinny and easy to dress, where you can put anything on them and just get really creative without much limitation. So you can build around a skinny little base, if anything, and do something with your imagination. But I love her hair too. I love how tight the curls are in these dolls. It's very nice. It's very talented of the dolls' hairdressers.
And you know what's fun about what's fun, unique about this is 3 of the dolls have curly hair, and Jill, the blonde, is the only one that has the long flowing hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and to me, maybe Jill's supposed to be like the youthful one. Like, I don't know. Because she has her hair down. It's very mod, very 70s. But these two have like more, these are more like maternal hairstyles. Like they're like, maternally, whatever. They seem a little older kind of hairstyles. But I don't know. I wasn't around at the time, so I can't be exactly, I'm not that accurate.
Well, let's go ahead and bring out the third doll out. Let's go ahead and get her. You can put her over there with yours. Ooh. And this, she's going to fall. And this is Sue.
Oh, wow. Peggy Sue. Peggy Sue.
Okay, there you go. Leggy Sue, this one, though. Instead of Peggy Sue, it's Leggy Sue.
Yeah, my bad. Leggy Sue.
And her curls seem to have brushed out a little bit, but her hair should be a little curly as well.
Okay.
So that's why I said it's more
I seen that in the box in the back there. Yeah, her hair, her bubble cut, because it's like, it's giving a very much bubble cut, because the other ones where they have kind of like molded hair in the front, but This one right here, it's kind of like the bubble cuts they would do on the Barbie, basically.
And she has the black hair, and also she has brown eyes as well.
Yeah.
I'm missing her shoes. Unfortunately, I have to piece her back together slowly. But a lot of these outfits are very expensive online. I mean, there are
Oh,
some that's hard to find, and the shoes by themselves are like $20. I'm like, oh my goodness. So
that's
that's why
vintage.
currently she doesn't have any shoes.
HTF.
I'm trying to find the right ones for her. But no, these dolls go a little high up in value on, like the online auctions and those locations. So you gotta kind of just keep hunting for the right price, or maybe look for them in a lot of the doll shows. Maybe you'll come across them. But if you want one like immediately right now, you'll probably pay a little pretty penny for these dolls to immediately add to your collection. But they are nice to like just have them posing straight out, even though they're not a doll that articulates a lot and makes quite a bit of different poses. The poses that they do have and the fun little clothes that they do offer with the leggies I think are just enough for you just to have in your display.
Yeah. With her, I know she has like this pink outfit on and everything, but I know what color are her shoes? Do you know that she comes with or
I
no?
think they're the only ones that I've seen on them are like a brown, a gray, and like the yellow that you see there. I think
Okay.
she came with. Oh no, you know what? I think I seen a sandal without the actual cuff around the top. It's almost like this without the top ankle strap.
Okay.
So it's almost, and then it's open toed.
Okay, because this it's just like I don't know
Yeah.
her outfit gives something else, but then again they have an assortment of
Well,
fashions.
if you see them, the back it should come with a shawl, like a.
No, I got that. It's just like we're now getting into a different genre of clothing because we have like the casual wear, then we have the resort wear, and then here's I guess the glam, or like I don't know, like gala, I don't know, kind of movie star sort of look.
But, so you look at
No, I
all
see
of them
it.
have like the similar shoe.
I see
but
it.
I thought I saw some of them because you can go online. And there's a lot of people posting their dolls or reference to these dolls or
Yeah.
other videos of these dolls that they just talk real quick. But it's hard to look at the clothing on them. But the clothes that do show. I've only seen somewhat of like a sandal slipper for her outfit that she had worn.
It's because like without the boa, I guess, or
Yeah.
the stole that she comes with, it almost looks like a gown, just like a plain gown. I'm not sure if it's a nightgown
And
or
it has
anything.
like the keyhole open, like you were
Yeah, and then it
talking
has
to.
the sequin, so that's what tells you it's glamour.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like the fabric is just it almost can be just like a homely sort of dress where you wear.
Oh, okay, like a house like robe dress like the ladies would wear.
I guess that's where I'm confused. I'm like, but it's because it's missing its whole the bow or whatever it comes with and everything. That's
And,
what
and you're
glams
right
it
though,
up.
like in the 60s, 70s era, they had like those outfits that they would wear, the ladies for home, because it seems like in a lot of movies and television shows that when the girls would come home, they would get into these like elaborate nightgown-y looking outfits, and it's like their home clothes for the
Yeah.
evening. And then,
Yeah.
especially like Bewitched and those
Yeah.
different shows, how they show them with those
Yeah, because
elaborate
I mean,
evening
I guess
wear.
I see green as a common color and kind of pink, but the color it's very like I guess spring the color palette of it, so far of all these outfits. Because even looking at the back of the box, it's more about the bold prints,
Yeah.
and funky combinations, which is very mod, I guess I suppose.
Well, here, let's look at some of the outfits since you were mentioning them. I do have a couple of those that are available for us to look at. These are the American version outfits that came out, but they were similar out there with the Italians. Oh, and the Canadians. Here goes one of them. Let me grab that.
Here's the first one. And this is these are Italian, right? These are the
No, these are the
American ones. You can
yeah.
tell, yeah, right here.
Yeah, they
So-
actually have the names on the outfits on these ones.
So this one is first one right here. It says leggy means high fashion with a kick. This first one right here is a cool like two-piece ensemble with a long sleeve kind of like circle skirt all attached in one, and then like a dark navy, maybe indigo purple sort of fabric.
Yeah, they call that one the Star Spangled Dress and Stocking.
There you go. So it's supposed to be an indigo kind of blue, and then with a pattern, and then
Yeah, they have the names on them. This is the American.
oh, right here, the Star Spangled
Yes.
Dress and stockings, and
Yeah,
then
the
the
American ones have the
and-
actual names.
and
on
then
them.
it has a belt with the white and red stars and then the matching stockings, of course.
And I
Which is
believe the
really
belt
cute.
is like sewn in part of the dress. It's not actually a separate piece.
What is at the bottom that fell? Was that a bib?
I think it's her hair for her hair.
Oh, like a bandana maybe.
Oh, look at her around her neck.
Oh, it's like an
It's like a little scarf.
Awesome, cool. And then we got the next outfit.
Oh yeah, here you go.
Oh, let's read the back in the box. It says 1973 Hasbro Industries Incorporated, Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Contents made in British Crown Colony of Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. And here goes the other outfit.
Go ahead, you can do that.
This one is the polka dot party. And it has a beautiful bright yellow and green mix with the dark green, it looks like stockings that go with them. And these packaged outfits here in the US did not come with any shoes or any extra shoes. The only ones that I know of is the Japanese version of these outfits, and they're the only ones that actually added shoes to the packaged outfits. And they were packaged just a little different background cards. And also with the dolls, they were packaged in a smaller blister packaging as well. And we talked about their molds, right? Their eye molds and stuff in Japanese. But these are the current outfits, and like George said in the back, they also have all the different outfits that were available for them. But what I also looked at online is in the back of these cards, I don't think they showed all the outfits, because I've seen some of the dolls dressed in different outfits online where you have like a variety of collectors who have their dolls showing, and you could see them dressed in different clothes, and also they have packaged outfits with different ensembles on as well. So I'm not sure what was going on there, but it's a good hunting thing to do.
Even the peekaboo gown and stole on the back of the box is different than this one. This one has a white.
Yeah, this one has a purple on that one. Oh, there you go.
That one has a purple, has a white.
So maybe they had a different version in Italy, because that's the Italian box there.
Yeah, but I think everything else looks kind of similar. Like the, what is it? The plaid. Oh, never mind. That's next.
Oh.
Let's bring that out.
So we put this.
I was going to bring this one up. This right here is the plaid and knickers outfit. This is really cute. I love the beret. I love a good beret with the plaid fabric. And then you have a turtleneck, white turtleneck, long sleeve with the matching plaid, platoon kind of style, harem style capris. They're at the knee, so I'm not sure those are capris, but then the black stockings, and there you go. So I'm not sure what you would wear this to.
Yeah.
Maybe a golf game, kind of, or maybe a soiree.
Well, it's a casual little fun outfit.
Brunch with the homies. I'm not sure.
Get some coffee.
But this is another package outfit, which is really cool. But does this one differ from? Let me see the. Oh, sorry. Just look at it. Does it differ from that one?
Well, actually, it does. The one with the beret on this one has some white pants, or it's just a different outfit. They don't really even show that one on there.
No, it's the same. No, it's right there. It's in the middle.
Oh, okay.
It's the same thing. Yeah, the rest of the outfits are pretty much the same. It was just that
Let
one.
me see how they added this one. Look at this one. We don't have that.
Yeah, and then the peekaboo gown and stole is the only thing that really I can see that are. Oh, and then this one's different too. The cuffed belt bottoms and halter. That the strap is a different color too. Oh, how interesting. So there are variations.
Yeah. So there you go. You can see what he was talking about here. Just the different outfits from the American outfits versus the Italian ones. And you know, the ones in Japanese, they also had a little different outfits that I can see. Yeah, in
the ones in Japan.
The Japanese outfits. So yeah, the ones from Japan. Shiba, the vendor or the manufacturer in Japan. I don't know, you want to put this one here? I guess I'll stick it right here and put this little polka dot one here. Ooh. And then I did have another outfit, so I'm not sure if it's Leggy's outfit, but it came on one of the dolls. So there's these little different outfits just flying around. So I'm not sure if it was just an outfit that comes from a different, but it fit the Leggy really well on here. It didn't have on any cards. It didn't see it on anyone else's doll. But this one was on the Sue outfit when I received her. And it's a little patchy one. It could be similar to somewhat of a mod look, don't you think?
It could be, because I'm trying to see construction wise, like if there's anything similar to it. And I guess the first outfit we showed, the fabrics and because none
It's
of
like
them,
it's like a feel it's like a t-shirt kind of ribbed.
but it's just like the fabrics are what. Yeah, these are fabrics they
Well,
would
see,
use. You
look
can
at
tell.
see that. Well, this one right here, the shorts.
That's what
Kind
I'm
of,
saying. I was looking at that outfit, so I'm pretty sure it is.
yeah,
It looks like it.
a
We
little
just don't know.
patchwork.
We just don't know what the name of this outfit is.
No. And you know, after 1 year with Hasbro, they just kind of gave up on poor Leggy, because you know there was a little cute song that I liked where they I don't know if we can sing it, but it was Leggy's got the legs to look at. It was so fun. And then their Leggies, their tag was Leggies with great long legs and crazy wild costumes. Leggy's got a dynamic look. That was kind of their little hashtag on that. And also it was Leggy's got the legs to look at. Angel loved to show their legs. And that was a fun little song that they just repeated the words over and over again. But it was a fun commercial that they had. I mean, it was I believe two different commercials that they showed off there and showcased the Leggies dolls. But like I said, after a year with Hasbro, they kind of just dropped the dolls. It didn't seem to go very well here in the U.S. But I believe I mentioned that they did very well in Canada. Canada was one where they really picked up the doll and really enjoyed the doll. And in Japan and Italy, they licensed them for a year after the year run here in the U.S. So I believe somewhere between 74, 75, they were promoting these dolls out in Japan and
Oh, wow.
Italy. But once again, didn't do very well over there either. So after a year run, they just kind of ran out as well over there and closed that down with production. So that was it. The Leggy was just a short run. But I was telling George what's really fun is fast forward all the way to 2007, and guess who came out with not a similar doll, but I want to say a long-legged leggy doll, and that was MGA. MGA came out with the Hi Glamm doll,
Oh,
and
wow.
I believe even the eyes, how they're similar with the kind of slanting up and that
Yeah.
almost that little small petite nose that they have is just another like fairy look
Okay.
that MGA kind of I don't want to say copied, but like made similar to their Hi Glamm doll. They added the long legs to them, the long arms, and the little tights, like similar to Jill's little tights. They added those as well to her look, so you could see the back of the box.
It's definitely a big time nod to these dolls because I mean, look at the styling. The styling's like very 70s. You can tell by that print on the stockings, all the colors, the green top,
Yeah.
the blue denim pieces. Like it's pretty much all there is. Just what year did this come out?
2007, I believe.
Oh, so it's the end of the Y2K era. So yeah, they're just
There you go.
it's very fun and it pops a lot. Like a lot of the stuff did back in the 70s, but they of course made it with the modern twist. With you could tell with the boots and the styling of all the clothing.
And you know the boots they repeated a couple of times. They actually have this similar boots on three of the dolls. One of the dolls, which I believe is Pam, has like a green fur cuff around the ankle top part of it. And they
Okay.
also did the cuff on the long sleeve, kind of like similar like to this one has the long sleeve shirt here. But on Pam they put a green fur.
Okay.
And they put a green fur around her boots.
Oh,
But
nice.
the boots were similar. They just colored the bottoms of them just a little different. And don't these look like Brat's high heels?
They actually to me look more like Mycene shoes.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
Okay.
the Mycene shoes
Oh,
are very
wow.
chunky like that. Bratz they tend to make them more sleek. I mean, size wise, yeah, but like in proportion to the doll, because it's a lot more chunkier than her leg. Mycene would do that. They made really chunky shoes, but that was the time in the era. It was all like that's what a lot of the style was too. So I can understand why they did this with this doll. And she's on her way it looks like on her way to the gym or
Yeah,
something.
it actually even has a little thing. It says, I'm keen in sport and wellness. I'd like to open a gym. So I guess that's why she has a little gym bag and her water bottle and her little weights.
And in the back, you can see there's different characters. There's Pam and Nicole, Alex, Julia, and this is move your finger.
Oh, sorry.
This is Kit.
Kit.
Kit is
This
looks
is
like
actually Kit,
looks
yeah.
like she's like the Asian character in the
Yeah.
bunch. The rest of them look possibly Caucasian, maybe something else. I'm not sure, but she's like you can tell by the eye shape and everything, and the hairstyle, of course.
Yeah.
That's what they were aiming for. But I don't see a brown skin tone character for
Well,
these
they
dolls.
actually, I do have a couple of other ones. If you want to look right behind you, there is the Alex doll.
There you go.
Yep, there you go. There's Alex. And Alex looks like the Hispanic girl to me. I mean, she's the one that wants to be a dancer. Her little thing says, I'm cheerful and communicative. I like to be a choreographer. And she comes with her little jukebox or her little, what is that thing called? I forgot. I already forgot the little radio.
Yeah.
So her little boom box, there you go.
Yeah.
She has her little boom box, and she's ready to teach maybe a little choreography class. And these dolls, here goes Pam real quick. They actually stand very well by themselves. Here, well, let me get her out the way. But this is Pam. This is the blonde. And on this one, I don't have her boots. I got her in pieces. She does have her original skirt on. But what I thought was fun with her, her being an MGA doll, I wasn't sure if that was kind of the same thing with that. But her shoes, actually, she fits the shoes of Claudine. So I have Claudine shoes on her, and I have a Bratz top on her as well.
Oh, cool.
So that was kind of neat. But the only thing that I felt was a little off about these dolls, I'm not sure if it was the years or what have you, but the back of her hair you could see is very thinned out. And it looks like a really stringy, so it almost looks like the haircut where they looks like they mixed long pieces and short pieces together. But I believe it's probably just broken off from the years of it being combed out. But see how her hair looks?
No, that looks like factory made like that.
Yeah,
you could tell by the layering in it.
Yeah.
And look, I was just gonna point out what's really funny is that like her legs alone are basically the height of the Leggy dolls, which is really kind of fun.
Yeah, that is neat.
That's like Skipper size to the Barbie like larger counterpart, contemporary counterpart, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. And so here goes, that was Pam. So you can see how similar, of course, you're a lot taller than them. But let's go ahead and bring on one more, and this is the redheaded doll.
Oh, this is Julia right here.
Yep.
Yeah, really fun. She's looks like she has a duffel bag too, but she has a laptop. She's a little bit different than the other two. Not working out, I suppose.
You can read her little tag. They all have these little things.
It says, "I love gossip, same, and photography by default. I'd like to be a journalist."
Okay, that's probably why.
Oh,
And that's in French and in Spanish.
J'aime les ponis de la fotografía.
Yeah, so
J'aime este journalista. And in Spanish, me encanta el chisme y la fotografía.
Chisme.
Quiero ser una. Pierdo. Oh God, I don't know how to say that. Whatever. I want to be a journalist.
Oh, your sister and mama are gonna get mad at you. You don't know Spanish. But yeah, this is the another doll that came with the Hi Glamm doll. The only one I don't have is the AA version of these dolls, which is Nicole.
And there is a black
Yes,
doll?
there is.
Well, they don't show her in the box.
Well, they show her eyes. I know that's kind of where they, you really don't.
Oh,
see
Nicole is the black.
Yeah, Nicole's the black doll.
Oh, they really turned the brightness up on that picture.
Well, if you see the actual doll,
you can tell.
Picture of her right there. Yeah,
yeah, because in the lineup she looks very light skinned.
Yeah.
That's why I did it. That's why it's like they all look Caucasian. Interesting.
And these dolls have a kind of an unusual hashtag of them because they're special ordinary girls. Isn't special and ordinary kind of like the opposite version of each other?
Well, you said what do you mean a hashtag?
Well, my hashtag. I mean their tagline.
Oh,
they're special ordinary girls.
Oh, well, yeah, it's like an oxymoron, I guess, but it's kind of strange. A special ordinary, because ordinary things aren't special.
And then extraordinary world.
That's confusing.
Yeah, it's just a little off about some of the things that they said. But if you read like each one, like Pam, it'll say glamour, fashion, and trends. And then Nicole is emotions and love. Alex is global life travel experience. Julia is positive thinking, communication. And then Kit is dynamism.
Let me see.
Dynamism?
dynamism and energy.
And energy. See, I can't
I've
read
never heard
English.
that word. What the heck? Okay. So no, because right here it says the secret to be high glam, and these are their traits.
Yeah,
The secret
there you
to
go.
high
That's,
glam.
that's how you.
Oh.
And then long legs for fun, long tights to wear, and that's kind of.
And these are just down 2007.
Yeah, 2007. Once again, not very popular. Came out.
I never knew about these dolls. I would have known about.
You know, the
them.
first doll I got, which is the blonde, I found her at the thrift store in Mesa.
I bet. Yeah.
And when I looked at her, I was like, "Wow, these are some long legs," and I just had to get her. I thought she was a fairy. Just because of the eyes and the way they look with the the eyes that kind of just slant up, then their little tiny nose. But like I said, MGA made them. It almost seems like a Bratz doll that they just decided to stretch out and shrink their head and give them really long hair. But then again, a lot of the Bratz dolls have a lot of hair as well.
And this was probably their answer to because of course they had Bratz out, but then this was like their doll to. Because even when they made Bratz, it was like a competition of Barbie, but Bratz is so different than Barbie. So to compete with the taller fashion doll, they created an even taller fashion doll that's not like Barbie. She's different, but I guess she didn't make it either.
And the fairy kind of look, like I said, and this like buggy fairy look.
See, I would love to see this doll like reimagined to today's standards, but maybe with a different doll line. Like I know you wrote down for us to talk about. There's another doll line, which is you said the.
Well, maybe I was thinking maybe MGA was trying to copy the Mattel, and this one is the the Barbie fashion fairy tale. And this one I have, and that's why I brought it out first. But they also came out with the Mattel Winx Club dolls, and they have that fairy-like look.
Yeah, they're fairies.
Yeah, they're fairies. So, but this one that I picked up here, I believe she's not a fairy. She's just a fairy tale doll. I guess I'm not sure, but she's really glittery. She has elongated legs as well, the really skinny arms, and the small little torso. And once again, that fairy. Looking eye sculpture with the little pullback eyes. I think they look like a little bug. But I thought that was but not as tall, not as linky long-wise, but as far as what you have with the doll, being its size, it does have those elongated legs and arms. And the big little head.
Okay.
So I was thinking, well, maybe that's what MGA was trying to copy, because I believe these guys came out in 2004, around there, especially with the Mattel Winx dolls. Those came out in the 2004, and they made different versions of them and different styles of them, or different girls.
There was like an era, especially because like this was, I wish I would have researched this before saying this, but it was I know there's a Novi Star dolls, which are little aliens. And this to me looks like a little alien almost. But I don't know which one came out first. But out of the Novi Stars and this, because Mattel doesn't, and to be mean, I love Mattel, but they tend to copy trends a lot and not be super original. So they could even copy the Novi Star dolls and did this in response in their own way, essentially, because they do more fashion dolls. So
and when I looked at it myself, when I first was trying to research this doll, I mean, because it's really hard to read Mattel on her little back. But when I was thinking, I thought she was an alien doll too.
Yeah,
just like
she was
you
like
said.
an alien. Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought a fairy at all. But yeah, and then fairy tale, it was like, and then Barbie, I was like, this is Mattel. And then when I looked at the box, the original box of these dolls, it said Barbie fairy tale. I mean, it didn't say like any other name. And I thought that was kind of
Barbie does that from time to time now. There's a couple characters that are like within their lore, like their movies and stuff that they do, where they're like spin-offs, and they're just like not Barbie characters, but they're like
her name is Shine.
Okay.
So they do. She does have, but they did say Barbie fairy tale, but she does have a name. Her name is Shine, and there's two other ones, and it's Shimmer and Glimmer.
Oh, I have a doll with long legs that's from Mattel. I just realized.
Oh.
It's she's the little video game one. I bought her a couple years back. She has two space buns.
Oh, okay.
And she has really long legs, and I know she's from like a movie they did. There's like a boy Ken character, and she's like the Skipper character, like the not Barbie, but she has very long legs, and she looks like a little like kind of anime like stereotypical little colorful like video game characters.
Oh well, here give us 2 seconds and boop, there it is. There's George's little doll that he was talking about.
I just realized
cool job.
And that's a Mattel thing. So, but this long legged motif. It's very interesting. I think it's very fashionable. Like imagine her with legs that articulate. Like she can pose her.
She does articulate. This one actually articulates. Look at that. They bend.
Well, there you go.
The only
With
thing that does
wire, I
not
hate
bend
wire though.
is the I don't think so. I
Arms.
think the none of these have wire anymore. This is all plastic now.
Oh,
So they have that
it's just like
they're just a
Gumby.
design.
No, Gumby's wire too.
But they have a little special design in there that actually has them click like Barbie later in the years, that clicking.
Like that's like the kind of reminiscent. I mean, the Monster High don't have very long legs, but they have long legs, and that's what kind of it draws me back to. Like that's why I like to the Monster Highs because they're just like very exaggerated, creepy little dolls like this with skinny legs that are very fashionable and easy to pose and to kind of work around and build around. That's why people I think customize them a lot. They're really fun too.
Gotcha.
They're like a blank canvas and it's easy to build around them. But these are really I like this.
I mean, I like
Very
this
cute.
doll too, but I don't. You know, her face is very plain. It almost like disappears in her face. Or I mean, her lips are very light, and I really don't kind of like that about that doll.
Compared to Bratz, she definitely needs a little bit of a like a revamp.
Zhush, a
Yeah,
little
she needs something for sure because Bratz always had like really outstanding makeup and faces. But
Yeah,
it's
the
interesting coming
MGA.
from MGA.
Yeah, they kind of went very subtle with this doll.
Yeah, even though she's not, the very odd contrast. I do like her stringy hair though. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. Even though it does look kind of odd, I do like the stringy hair. But you can only imagine how tangled it would get. It's like the Moa. That's another doll. The Moa Loa Bratz collaboration where they have the really long legs, but it's because they have really tall shoes. It makes their legs look very long. But they have very long hair and it's very dense and it can get tangled very easily because the fiber is not like the greatest on the
Yeah.
Bratz dolls. But on this, it's kind of good that it's thinned out, but it's easier to brush out and manage.
Gotcha.
It looks much more, but it's a doll. It's not supposed to be realistic either. So.
Yeah, they're playthings for kids. You know, we're the collectors that get a little like.
But that's
out
also
there
not
and
realistic either. Like if you saw somebody in real life with thin stringy hair, you'd probably like look at them like crazy, like oh they need more extensions or
Oh
something.
no!
So
or maybe they had extensions and that's all they have.
yeah, or their hair's unhealthy or something, or just trim your hair to where it's full or whatever. But how fine? No,
Yeah, it looks
these
like
are-
the little leggy has more hair than she does.
This long leg legacy is very interesting, but it's a thing that like I understand why it becomes such a trope for these creations because long legs is very fashionable. It's
Yeah.
very weird, in which makes it fashionable and odd, but it makes it better to like model clothes because then you can make things look more drastic, more model-esque, more statuesque.
But what I don't understand is the clothing they chose. You know, it's so short. I mean, even down to the leggy girl. Look how tight and small her shorts are. I
Oh,
guess
because it's like
to show off their legs.
because it's like, oh, yeah, I think that, and also because it's like it comes back to like even though it's a children's toy, it comes back down to like sex appeal, like
Oh,
these things that are like sexy and cute. This is what we as a society have in fashion.
I mean, look at her. Look at her.
It's
little
just an
skirt.
attribute that we
It's
follow
so
in fashion.
so short.
The
It's
shorter
like
the short
almost
the
all way
shorter
up to her.
the shorter something is it's like chic, especially during this time. Like low waist, bring the skirt high as possible, and then your skirt's like 2-inch waist for girls if if you feel comfortable
Yeah, I
wearing that or
guess.
whatever. But that her too at the time in '70s tight clothing, boys in midriffs and things like that.
Oh, I used to love the boys when they used to wear those little tank top
So-
cut off shirts.
So that's where these style tropes are just a reflection of the time and what is popular. Like right now, we don't see a lot of long leg dolls. I think, in my opinion, now that I'm thinking that at all, there's not a doll with a long leg focus. But I wouldn't be surprised if one came out. I will say though, the Wild Childs, I've mentioned them a few times on this channel. They're not out yet, but they're the anthropomorphic dolls that are gonna be coming out in the future. Where if I'm not mistaken, those look like they have it kind of abnormally long legs. So those may be the next in line, but their gimmick is not the legs. It's going to be because they're anthropomorphic animals. But there needs to be like another creature line, like even bringing up the term alien. I would love to see an alien themed Monster High doll because they do like horror creatures, right? Like they do like Dracula and like Creature of the Blue Lagoon and things, but aliens are very much horror creatures too. I mean, hello, there's E.T. It's kind of scary. I watched that movie.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
But
Rewatch that.
for fashion dolls, someone should definitely bring this back, but do it right. No more half-assed sort of attempts. Do something very unique, something worthwhile, even like a collector doll with this sort of proportions would be really interesting
Well,
to
you know
see.
what's wrong is that they want to make money, and that's where the whole money, the whole thing comes back. It's like instead of like if they make a quality doll, then the consumer doesn't want to buy it, and they complain that oh it costs so much
But that's the thing,
money.
you gotta market to the right people, because the people who are complaining a lot of the times they're gonna make play lines and be younger people because they can
Yeah,
afford it, because it's cheaper. Because the collector dolls usually is either people with money or older people who
yeah,
have the
but like
money, disposable
but some
income.
different companies don't have especially I guess the ones that come out.
But if you're gonna make dolls for people that are older, you're gonna do something that appeals to them. Depends who. Let's like if you're aiming at the vintage market, this is not a good idea.
Yeah.
This would you have to do probably my age bracket to do this, because we kind of
Well, I
understand
mean,
this a
even
little bit
even
better.
like when Bratz, MGA, and like Mattel comes out with their collector doll or collector dolls, the same thing with we saw the Jean Paul Gaultier is that what it is when they came out with their dolls and they were running 150 $250, and people were just like disgusted with the price. But they're not looking at what they're getting and how nice the doll looks and how beautiful it comes out. They just all of a sudden just immediately see the price and just like disgusted with the whole thing.
But you gotta remember, the people who complain are like a select few people,
Yeah,
right? And they tend to be very loud. But doesn't mean it's the overall
exactly.
opinion of the
Loud people aren't
of the
always
customers.
right.
But we saw that they sold out, so there
Oh
was
yeah,
room for it. So those people's opinions almost didn't matter
yeah.
because they sold. It's like
So
I always say this to people, but like when people have a strong opinion about something, like, oh, I don't know, this that just came out, but you're not the one supporting and buying it, so who cares what you think?
yeah. Well,
Listen to the people who like it, because they're the ones that are
the
going to be.
ones who care is the company who produces them. Like poor Leggy, who she
No,
was
but I'm saying,
discontinued because nobody
but
wanted
you
her.
listen to the people that are spending the money, and
Gotcha.
that's what and that goes back to your saying, is they're looking to make money. So you gotta
Yeah.
listen to. So apparently, long-legged fashion dolls are not a thing, and it never will be for right now, because no one's come out with a
Stop
long
making
leg.
fetch something, George.
Because these dolls, and a common thing with all these dolls, they've only survived like a handful of years or
Yeah.
1 year if at most, and then that's it, kaput, no more, which is unfortunate because they're very neat dolls. They're very
Yeah.
pretty and very fashion forward and very odd looking, which is very appreciated for a lot of collectors.
Yeah, well, I thought they looked like fairies.
Yeah.
Kind of the start at the fairy.
And that's what we're
trend
saying. He
and
said the
that.
winks. They're rebooting the winks, but the winks
Oh,
don't look like fairies to me. They look more like ordinary dolls. They
yeah.
have or average proportions. And if you've ever seen the winks, I never watched it, but I've caught glimpses of it. I'm not a big fan of that thing,
Oh,
but they do look like fairies, where they have long legs and they're very sleek and fashionable. But
yeah.
these new dolls are coming out with are not like that. And
Mm.
that's what's disappointing about those dolls. So they could have done something like this, and I think the fans who like Winx Club would have gone crazy for
Yeah.
like this, but in their little fairy, like they would have lost their,
Yeah, I've seen some of those wings online. They go for like
crazy.
500 and hundreds of dollars. I was like, wow, I missed out on that one. But it's one of those things, I
And
guess
like I
you're
said,
part of that era.
it was like
You want
it
it
was
back.
it's like a little bit years after me, but even seeing them now, I'm like, I don't like them. They're ugly.
Well, like I said, I just think it's
I
like
don't
the,
like
the
them.
kids that grew around the era and it was available to them at the time, and it's almost like nostalgia for them. Like, oh my goodness, I remember the wings,
I think
and they want to keep them. Like, all
For
these other dolls.
some
like,
things, because there are some things that I grew up with that were ugly and never liked. Like I'm just saying, but even like with Monster High.
okay, big old dinosaur collection.
But I don't buy all the dinosaurs.
Okay.
I buy Velociraptors because Velociraptors are fierce.
Okay.
I love.
Oh.
But anyways, but yeah, hopefully Long Legs will see. Maybe we'll see a rebirth of Leggy, not a oak, not a custom one of a kind.
Or maybe a Glam doll will come back out again.
Maybe we'll see it later. Maybe MGA will bring it back out. I don't know. Mattel should, because Mattel, some of their ideas I question a lot, especially with that Killer Clowns from Outer Space rumor. Oh jeez.
But
Maybe they'll give her long
but
legs.
I was gonna say one thing, but with the Glam doll, if they reboot the Glam doll, I think the best thing for them to do is kind of mimic the that one thing what they do with the shoes, where they're able to pop off, or somehow make the clothes capable of coming off the doll and then getting back on. Because when you take these tops off, especially like this green one here, it's hard to get them past your hands, especially when they're all flared up like that and their cuffs are so tight.
I'm missing. I think the market's missing. Like, I know Bratz tries to be very fashionable and all this stuff, but there's like in the Barbie space, there's something missing like this, like a very fashionable, very fierce, very CUNTY doll that needs to be like a fashion doll, like high fashion, because I know they do the tribute and all this stuff, but those are like very they're period pieces. They're like to the 20s or to this, so they need to bring, I think, this mold back, but maybe maybe not Y2K, that's going out of style. I feel like it's been going out of style for a while, but do like a different era of fashion. Maybe go to the 2010s, I don't know, or
there
something.
You go.
Or travel. I think with people with Y2K, I think this is cool, which is why it came out when it did, and I think they thought it was a good idea, but I don't understand why it didn't do well. I really don't. But I'm glad you have some now.
Well, I think because, like I said, the Glams, they have like a weird saying. They have like these like kind of different way of speaking on the box, and then once again the clothing, it's really hard to play with and put back on and off.
I think maybe the long legs may have been a detriment, because I can imagine little kids being like, oh, I don't want that, that's weird, you know what I mean, because it's very abnormal for a doll to have very long legs, but it's a cool doll. So sorry for you kids that didn't get it.
Well, it's good for us collectors, like myself, especially with the Leggies.
They're beautiful dolls.
Even though the Leggies were only out for that year, I'm glad to own a couple, and hopefully I can add more to my collection. I want more outfits.
Yeah, I would love to see
ones. So
I would love to see it.
I love it. But the Leggies, to me, I mean, they look really pretty unique. I love their big eyes. I love the way they made them look like bugs and like that, and it gives them that look, and that kind of, to me, helped me enjoy that elongated arms and that legs, only because they just look unique in that area where it, like, they look like a fairy that they pulled the wings off of or something, and they just said, here you go, here they are. But one, they don't pose as much, but I'm one with my collections, I just like to pose them one way and just keep them like that. So I'm not particularly playing with the dolls. Maybe I am playing with dolls, but I'm playing with them enough where I'm respecting the doll to just put them in one outfit, put them in a shelf, and pose them at a certain way, and just kind of leave it as is.
I got you. Yeah, you're not going to be messing with them for
I'm not going to be combing out their hairs, or redressing them every week or things of that nature. Especially with especially with older clothes like this, like we talked about, the elastic bands don't go up and down off their waist, and just ruining clothes. And I've seen people restitch or resew, but
so much effort too. It's like, just don't mess it up to begin with. Like, just leave it alone. Preserve it for what it is. On this channel, we do talk about a lot. We don't like repaints. We don't like doing modifications to stuff that are vintage. Like, kind of just leaving it as is and appreciating its self-wear, the wear and tear of it, because it kind of
the love that was given.
Because that adds to the whole like vintage aspect of it. Because when you revamp it, it's like it's not original.
But respectfully, who do it, good for you.
Oh, congrats for being very, very talented. People are very good at it out there. We just, with our personal collection, we don't do that. But it's nice to disclose when it is, if you're selling something,
so let people know you touch.
Because some people do not like it, but they'd rather something be original.
And then some you can really tell right away because they don't do a very good job.
Okay, they need to clean up those eyebrows.
But no, I mean, like I said, I appreciate the Leggy. Thank you, Hasbro, for having them available. I'm sure these dolls will stand the test of time and years from now. I'm hoping that people preserve them and take care of them, and when they do find them, hold on to them, add them to your collection, and make sure that they last a lot longer.
Yeah, for 1972, this is very ahead of its time, I think.
Yeah, well, 2007 came out, then Mattel jumping on that.
More than 30 years later, they revisited the idea. Another doll company, super cool.
Yeah, well, that wraps up this video.
Yes, so remember, you guys, if you have any vintage dolls up in your attic, down in your basement, or up in your closet, be sure to reach out to us, because we could potentially work on a future video. If not, thank you so much for watching today. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment, share, and check out our other videos. We got tons of content, tons of dolls that we're gonna post later, so stay tuned for more and follow us everywhere.
Yes, thank you.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye, you guys. And bye, Leggy.
Bye, Leggies. Bye, Hasbro.
What is it? Leggy Nan, Leggy Sue,
Leggy Jill. I forgot her name.
All the Leggies.
Lady Kate.
Leggy Kate. Bye.